A few years ago, we all saw this. That's right, a Toyota Ae86, but this one's not made in Japan. It's made in China. That's right, a knockoff Ae86, a one-to-one replica. And of course, that piqued our interest a little bit. So what do? We decided to buy the first one they ever made.
And today, we're gonna test to see if this thing is worth it. And to be as scientific as possible, we decided to buy a Japanese-made Ae86. And we're gonna put all the parts on this one and then transfer them all the way over to this one and determine whether or not this $10,000 price tag is worth it.
Welcome to Bigtime.
Woo!
Now, the legend of the 86 is no secret. It's a small, cheap, lightweight, rear-wheel drive car with a pretty cool engine in the 4AGE. And now what did start as a cheap economy car turned into a drift legend. And in turning into a drift legend, well, the cheapness went out the window. So it's pretty tough to find a good 86 these days. I've seen them go for over $60,000. Now, you can still find a totally destroyed one for less than 5,000 bucks, but I'm talking totally destroyed. So when we saw these replica 86s hit the internet, well, it got the whole car world talking. Now, the thing is that they're about $10,000 a pop, and supposedly you have to buy 5 of them, which kind of put the brakes on it for us until we got a call from the guys at Battle Garage who said, hey, we got that 86. Do you guys want it? To which I said, how much you asking? All right, behind this door is our brand new fake Corolla. Let's look at it, see what it looks like.
It's real,
Right, but it's fake.
but it's fake.
Well, let's see how real it is.
Let's see how real it is. Okay. Oh, the
Roll
door's going
that
up.
door.
Open that door up. Nice. There she is.
There she is in the flesh.
In the flesh. Wow. Yeah.
Well, all right, let's talk to these guys. This is cool.
Let's get the genesis of this.
All right, Grant, give me the scoop on this thing. How did you get it? What do you think of it? How are they making this?
So we bought this in December, maybe 2 months before that. I still thought this was a hoax.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw all those articles like Jalopnik, whatever.
Yeah.
And I learned that those early pictures, those weren't actual productions. That was a customer car from Hong Kong that they were acid dipping to do a restoration. But I think they were just trying to drum up business, right?
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, who wants to buy one of these things? So it didn't actually exist. So I'm like, dude, what's the likelihood that someone's gonna make all the stamping dies and all the stuff to make the Corolla? I just didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it seems insane.
They reached out to us and like, hey, their car's gonna be at SEMA. Do you guys want to buy it? Maybe just do some test fitting and do, just check it out, see what you guys think. Originally, we were thinking maybe we'd do a shop car build with it, but honestly, we're just so busy just running stuff here. I was like, it's gonna take us too long, and we really want this to be a quick thing because it'd be really cool to see the world's first Chinese 86 driving around. Yeah. So that's when we linked up with you guys.
Nice.
Yeah. My main question was like the sheet metal thickness or just like the quality of the metal. What was your first impression? Because it looks pretty good, but I don't know,
I don't know. There's some particulars, like one thing that's a big question mark for me is the steel galvanized?
Yeah.
Because that, as you guys know, like on, 80s European cars, once they switch to galvanization, it's much less likely to rust.
Right.
I don't know if that's the case on this, and that's something I probably should follow up on. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know if the Corollas are galvanized, the real ones, right? So, because these are economy cars, and like Toyota's just trying to make some profits on a very cheap car. However, there are some funny things. We don't think the doors are actually made from scratch. We think the doors are actually from a donor car. Because I do know that our contact sent his personal car to China to get scanned, and when you scan these cars, it's not like you just go in there with the scanner like you're done. You have to disassemble all the sheet metal to get the back side and the front sides. They fully disassembled it, but I could be wrong. But the doors are so good, like they're indistinguishable from an OEM door. I think they're actually the real doors. Because like they made this thing in 6 months, dude. Like how? Like, I know China's quick,
it's
but
gotta be a huge investment.
Yeah, like
that's it. There's some rare stuff on that. Rare stuff on that car.
Well, tell us more about that in a minute. First, tell us what you've noticed on this.
Okay, so starting in the front, we already compared and contrasted with your parts car in here.
Nice.
This is way kind of wavier than what you got over there, but I'm not entirely sure this is entirely straight. So check that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do a tape measure out.
It's like a half stitch weld going on in here. So
you
got normally there's supposed to be the sealant on top, which there is.
Kind of.
Kind of.
A little gappy.
Yeah, well, it's so, you know, gotta clean that up.
But rather than mirror image it, you'll find that on the other side it's just flipped. So this is literally incorrect. I forget, this is the incorrect one or the other one?
That one's upside down.
This one's upside down, yeah. So the hatch is a little funky. It's missing a whole bunch of holes to mount the spoiler.
See how many places that's welded in?
Oh yeah, not a ton.
Not a lot. So
one of the places looks like it's barely. Yeah, we might add some weld to things like that.
yeah.
So we were like, okay, let's see how taillight goes on. So
is
this
the problem? Just that overlap? Or is
not
the
quite,
holes-
but this is an OEM JDM taillight.
Okay.
The Koki hatch taillight and this. So these all line up, but the 2 holes in the inside are incorrect. So I can't get it because in here, a couple of those are gonna need to be re-drilled.
All right, Jared. Well, we're gonna need some parts to put in this chassis.
Yeah, I did hear that we're buying another one, which I thought was just like a
Little funny joke?
Yeah,
No. We're here for 2 cars. The shell and a donor. A real one with some parts that we can put in this.
Nice.
Yeah, so you wanna see it?
Yeah, sure. Let's
It's right over here.
Oh, okay.
Which one do you think it is?
We have white, we have red. I hope it's this blue one. This one's pretty cool.
Blue one is sweet.
Yeah.
We're paying $4,000 for the donor.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So one of these for $4,000 makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense.
It's not this one, is it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This?
Yeah.
This.
This. Look at it, it's beautiful.
We're getting that and this.
And this.
And this is $4,000.
Yeah, huh? Well, look, it's got an engine.
You're pulling my right now.
No, I'm not. We need that.
We need this.
Yeah. And like the subframe and like a bunch of interior stuff and like a ton of stuff.
Okay, I'm not an 86 guy, so is that a good, is that
Pretty good,
It's pretty good,
unfortunately.
really?
If we wanted to piece all this stuff together, we'd pay more than that.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I'm all for
So
it.
yeah, figured, one-stop shop.
We got 2 of them. Okay, so we get the stuff for this to put onto that, to test that chassis for science. And then what are we doing with this one?
Oh, I think I would like to put a rotary in this car.
Oh, so then we're gonna have 2 86s.
Well, why have one when you could have 2?
Okay,
There's 2 of us.
I like that. I like double cars.
Can you imagine us on the track with this and that?
And then having just fun, just boy fun all day?
Boy fun all day.
2 86s? Hey dude, we're 86 guys now.
That's right.
All right, Jobis.
What's up?
Now that we know what we're working with here, wouldn't it be nice to maybe test drive a car to get an idea of what it's going to be like to have a finished one in the future?
Yeah, we should drive a good one before we take this pile of parts back to LA.
Red, white, or blue, bud? Pick your color.
Let's go red.
Red it is. Well, this is going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, I think so. These are fun cars. They're go-karty, you know?
Yeah, they're go-karty. We'll have 2 of them.
We'll have 2 of them, and I'm really interested to see how the fake one comes together. It's better than I thought it was going to be. All right, you want to drive?
Yeah, why not? Now that we've alerted the police.
It was him.
Did you use the harness?
I did.
It's like pulling a diaper out. Not like I would know.
Not a ton of power, super lightweight, high revs, and really well balanced.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A little tin can.
Yeah, she's peppy, she's revvy.
Remember this time
Yes.
during the bad times.
Exactly. Lock this in your memory banks right now. This is our North Star.
Yeah. Because it's going to be worth it. You know, I would love to hook this on track. This has got to be an absolute hoot.
Oh, so much fun. Like very similar to like how the Civic is fun.
Right.
But with rear wheel drive.
Right, yeah. Like if I was 16 and had this car, I would be maybe one of the best
my
drivers
God.
ever.
Either that or dead.
Or dead, yeah. We didn't crash it, Phil.
That's right.
But we impressed so many dudes.
That's right. And we fell in love. All right, the cars have arrived, and now we just got to figure out how to unload them. I don't know if you noticed, but we loaded with a forklift.
Yeah.
You got a forklift?
We don't have a forklift.
I don't have a forklift.
And we haven't figured out our load-in situation yet. But you know what? It's part of the fun.
That's right.
Let's show Mike's handiwork.
Yeah, we do have a fresh loading dock courtesy of Mike Day, and this works great. Whoa, Chew.
Chew, he's so athletic.
So
this
we
is
can
sick.
hook the ramps right into this, and the angle really isn't bad.
Okay.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, Mike.
Yeah, brother. You a newt?
You a newt? All right, there we go.
Big wide ramps.
Big wide ramps. Okay, I'm trying to...
And...
I wish I had a camera on Mike's face. Holy shit, I'm not joking, his eyes got this big.
That was super easy.
It's like you just pushed him out of a plane. He was like, I wasn't ready.
Be free.
That was cool, dude. Chewy, good job.
Okay, now let's do that with this one.
Yeah.
So now what we got to do is make that 8.6 drive. And to do that, well, we've just got a few things. We got to swap over the powertrain, the suspension, the steering, the interior, and a bunch of other stuff. And then once all that's done, we get to drive our brand new Ae86.
And along the way, we're gonna figure out how hard is it to really take parts from a Japanese Ae86 and switch it over to our Chinese made one. Are you gonna need to do a lot of fabrication? Will the holes line up? Are we gonna have to re-drill holes? All questions we wanna know so that if you guys wanna go buy one of these things, how difficult is it gonna be for you to be able to do that?
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm looking at the chassis right now and it kind of looks tweaked.
There's some tweakage, but it's time to start doing what we do best. Take parts off, put parts on. The premise of the channel.
My specialty.
Surprise.
Whoa! Holy crap! Powered by a Bigtime shirt, which you guys can get right now, bigtime.com. Whoa, this is actually really nice.
That's the best thing I ever found in the car.
Whoa!
Jerry, look at this, dude.
Wow.
Whoa! Dude, you're...
Bigtime.com, guys. Go grab yourself some today. Also, we're trying to get to 2 million by the end of the episode, so make sure to smash the like
that one
and
bolt?
comment.
You shot out like a rocket there.
Same as it ever was. We just don't got no carpet to suck it up now.
Okay, I thought it would just be fun to see if everything lined up. So there should be a hole right here. There's one right there, but not one right there. Okay, 0 for 4,500 parts.
Okay, I just pulled the hardware out of the front positions on the tension arm and sway bar bracket here. So it's gonna be really easy to take these bolts over to the new chassis and see if these holes exist, and if they do, if these bolts will thread in. Let's go check. Okay, good news. Looks like we've got the holes in roughly the right place. Although, looking at them, it looks like the outer sheet here that isn't threaded is kind of misaligned with the sheet behind it that the threads are actually attached to. So it looks like obstructed, like we're gonna have to make some room. And that is true. And also it looks, let's see, okay, so these need to go in from the bottom and they can't because of this material here, which is not a huge deal. We can, you know, with a little like chamfer tool, countersink tool or something, just clear that out a little bit. But let's try to run the bolt in from the top and make sure it threads in. Okay, started as I kind of thought it looked like, and it is the wrong thread pitch. This is a fine pitch, these are coarse. Again, not the end of the world. We have coarse thread bolts that we can stick in here and we can clear this out, but that's time and money, baby, that's time and money. And the first holes I checked are not good. Oh boy.
See if it fits.
Door, please.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of gap alignment to be done.
Okay, slap her in there. Let's see if she fits.
Forward.
Nice.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Ballpark, but I don't see any holes poking through yet, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let's push you around and pretend you're driving.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom.
Ow, my finger!
Got him, dude. He was so terrified. I scared Eddie twice today.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, just clutch out, man. Clutch out. There you go.
Whoa, I'm moving.
It's a drift car, Eddie.
You're drifting completely 90 degrees.
Yeah, you've never won. Good Lord. Dude, you're doing a sick donut. Well, I'm like a takeover kid. I'm about to get smoked. Oh! All right, in no time flat, we got a ton of stuff disconnected in the engine bay and underneath. So now we got to lift the car up and do some more stuff underneath, like disconnect the exhaust, disconnect the drive shaft, and probably a few more lines and hoses. But the engine and transmission aren't terribly far from being ready to yank on.
We'll see how easy it is to put in the other chassis.
Yeah, so far my hopes are dwindling slightly on being super easy. You're so strong?
So strong.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that weld, let me see this.
Stalagmites.
We're being honest, we've all done on something.
Yeah, I've laid down some books.
I've done that too.
Not me.
Well, it'll sound way cooler now, guys.
Not me. It would be maybe a hold it.
Okay, so we're getting pretty close. We've got most of the stuff that's attached to the subframe disconnected from the car. I just disconnected the top of this coilover. That one's next. Mike is disconnecting the bolts that hold the subframe to the chassis and the transmission cross member to the chassis. Once those are disconnected, engine, transmission, and all the accessories attached therein are free from the car. Okay. Okay, now that we got the front stuff out, it's time to take the back stuff out. Mike is currently keeping the car from tipping over since there's no more weight in the front. All of our weight is in the back right over Jerry. So we should get it out before it crushes someone.
Okay, right there. Okay, go up a little bit, sorry. Right there.
Okay, boys, hold on to that rear end.
We got
Are
it.
the uppers doing?
Good?
Yeah, they both fell
Out
out.
now.
That, my friends, is a powertrain disconnected from a car.
Nice rear end, bud. That's one hot rear end.
And I'm not talking about the Ae86.
Here at Bigtime, we're always looking for a new project car, whether that be a knockoff Chinese Corolla or Lamborghini Revuelto.
Lamborghini. Lamborghini. V12.
And one maybe kind of unforeseen downside to having a Lamborghini Revuelto is that this thing drinks gas up the wazoo. That's why I use Upside, and you should too. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on things like gas, groceries, and even dining. All you have to do is open the app, claim the offer, like this one, pay with your card like normal, and then you get paid. That's it. And yes, it is cash back. No points that you're never going to use, not some kind of credits that expire. Money you transfer straight into your bank account. And I know what you might be thinking. Hey, Jer, do you really need to save money? I mean, you have a Lamborghini. And what I have to say to you is that this is not my car. I rented it for this ad. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. So to find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code BIGTIME to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code BIGTIME. Thank you guys for supporting the companies that support us. We love you.
Lines.
Hydraulic system of an 86.
Yes. Fuel and brake and clutch.
EVAP.
And even evap. Well, we're getting close to the point where it's time to start trying to put these things in
Yeah,
the new one. Now, of course, there are going to be a few things we're not going to swap over from this car to the new car, namely things like the carpet, which is, for one, disgusting, and two, pretty cut up. And another thing we're not going to swap over or do anything about is sound deadening. So there's some sound deadening from behind the dash that we could put over there, and of course we could put down some like sound deadening mat on the chassis, but no, we're not going to do that. He's going to be a race car. All right, so one of the things we've noticed about the donor car that's going to be slightly problematic for us is that the original core support is no longer. It probably got smashed and cut out and replaced with this nice piece of angle iron, which in and of itself isn't a huge problem because we've got a brand new core support in the new car. But there is no hood latch. He was using hood pins, and the headlight buckets are welded onto it. And the new car, these would normally just swap over with 2 bolts. So we're gonna have to cut those off and maybe fix them up a little bit. We should be able to use them, but no hood latch. Well, what was on that car was a hodgepodge of stuff that had been replaced over the years, but generally speaking, Japanese cars use Japanese industry standard hardware, which means that M6s are 10mm heads, M8s are 12s, and M10s are 14s. Or some, yeah.
14s or what, 17 sometimes?
Yeah, it usually goes 10, 12, 14, 17, 19. And on a lot of other cars, like German cars, it'll be 13, 15, and then kind of a random assortment from there. But for the majority of the fasteners, it's gonna be 10s, 12s, and 14s, or 10s, 13s, and 15s. Now, this car, being originally a Japanese car, you'd expect it to use 12s on things like these M8 hood fasteners, but they're 13s. So, I don't know, just something to note. Feels like a hood.
It does feel like a
Feels
hood.
like about the right way. Where do we, okay. Now we got a bay here. Some of the first stuff you'll notice is like the strut towers, the holes on them are not quite round. And that side's worse.
And it's not like they're good slots. Someone did this very manually,
Yeah.
very badly.
Yeah. Yucky. That don't look too cute.
It's cracked all the way around. It's cracked down there. Keep in mind, this is the first one of these. So there's gonna be some things that didn't fit great and they're still dialing in the tooling, but there's a lot of really bad stuff on this thing. Everything's crooked. This weld's not completed and cracked. If you look at it from the front, this A-pillar is like 1.5 inches lower than that side.
All right, well, let's. I think it's time to put some parts into the replica car. So let's start with the lines. Fuel, brake, and
Clutch.
whatever. Oh yeah, clutch. Clutch lines, yes. Okay, what do we think? Over the core support and through the work? Okay, brake booster holes, line up.
Nice.
That's the start. But
It's like putting something really ugly on something really clean.
It's gonna get worse than this. I think these rear frame sections are off of an actual 86. They're definitely used. You can see where they drilled out all the spot welds, and then there's still all the stickers on from when they scanned it. But the way these are bent looks a lot nicer than how the rest of the car's bent. So there might be some real 86 within the guts of this Chinese one. Does that look round to you? Because it doesn't feel round. Come check out this mount. Look at the alignment of those holes.
whoa, rada.
And also there's a thingy in there where the panhard needs to be.
You ain't kidding.
Start at the back, up right on the firewall. So I've got the clutch pedal guy. Oh, those are supposed to be threaded.
These holes up here.
Yeah, they were threaded on the other car.
Okay, so the hole for our throttle cable is seemingly there, but on the other car there are threads on the firewall side here for M6 bolts to thread into, and here they are not. They also look a little too small to put an M6 through. Yeah, so not the end of the world, but we're gonna have to make those holes bigger and throw some nuts on the back. We've got the lines in, we've got the harness in the car and part of it through the firewall. So we're pretty close to throwing in the HVAC stuff that'll go behind the dash, then we can throw the dash bar in, see if it fits. But so far, it's not been too bad. Missing a few threads, a few things slightly misaligned, but you got a handful of bolts in there.
And also this doesn't really fit. This is a big gap. Sure, the foam's missing, but the other car had it right up there.
Hello. Okay, so we went to put the dash bar in, which was going to be a bit of a big moment, you know. It's something that sort of has to fit the chassis pretty specifically. And as you can hear, it don't, or it didn't. It was about a ½ inch off from naturally just falling onto those studs, and Mike just had to wrench on it with the pry bar to get it to go. So a little bit narrower, at least from there to there.
We made a bunch of firewall creaky noises when I did that.
Yes. Everything's under nice little tension now. Just what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the donor car all stripped out today, and we've begun the process of starting to put some of those parts into the replica car. And I would say, all in all, it's gone pretty smoothly so far. The dash of dash.
Yeah, we're missing a bunch of holes for this trim piece, which isn't a huge deal. So I'm gonna drill a hole there and add a rib nut. And this guy's supposed to be threaded, so I'm gonna add a rib nut there. But we did have this one. 1 out of 3.
All right, I think we've gotten this car as far as we're gonna get it where it's at. Now it's time to do the great switcheroo, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of figuring out. And the switcheroo is getting that car off the lift and this car on the lift. Neither of them have any wheels.
Fit?
Easy P. All right, we're gonna lift up the replica 86 for the first time. Untouched pinch welds. I don't know if I've ever experienced an untouched pinch weld. Okay. Well, no area looks particularly extra thick or anything.
Right here,
Yeah.
the joint of all of the
Yeah. And we're off.
Beautiful.
Freedom! Okay. Fully unpackaged. Time to jam some stuff in this thing.
All the way up, and we can take a gander.
Let's take a peek, see what we see. Some uglies, but just for tab holding. Well, and then some other stuff.
Yeah. The back is where things are the ugliest, I think.
Now you can get a good look at those original frame rounds. Really, some good gappage to chassis up in here.
Gappage.
And good Lord, man.
A lot of not weldage.
Yeah, a lot of not weldage, and like it ain't the same shape it was.
No. Yeah, that's just someone beat the hell out of it to get it close.
Yeah, like the body should be down ½ an inch.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
That's the thing, like, if you were to use this chassis for a race car,
As is.
I would want to stitch weld everything.
Everything.
And I feel like,
You gotta add a gauge.
yeah, exactly. But the point of this chassis is like, I feel like you could just fix yours if you know how to weld. Like if you had a rusty one
Sure,
or a smashed
yeah.
one. Like, I just don't understand what it saves you.
Yeah, I wonder if we're thinking about it wrong, if it really isn't for us at all. If it's for different parts of the world that just like couldn't get their hands on these or something.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. You know, they're trying to test this chassis legitimately. I don't think we should do much stitch welding, although if it were mine or yours and we're trying to use it as a track car, I would.
Yeah.
I think we need to test it as is.
Yeah.
But for something like
It'd be
this,
funny if we took it out and like after the first day it was just like
just twisted. But I'm cool with like if we put a washer here, I'll tack the washer once everything's bolted up.
Just to keep that in its intended spot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, more of the same. It looks not great, but there is a car here. Let's put some stuff in. See if it fits. The big questions are about to be answered. Will the subframes bolt up? Is there room for that gigantic engine? Stick around, find out.
I'm gonna try to get the brake lines routed. Back here, the nutserts in the body aren't working great, so we gotta either chase them or do something or find different hardware. Get that all secured. Then gas tank, I guess?
Yeah, gas tank and rear endishly.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna be replacing the output shaft seal on the transmission, and I don't really have a good tool here to get in there and pull it. They make specific tools for that. I just don't have one, at least not here. So an easy thing you can do is take a drywall screw and just run it in through the seal, right to the meat of it. Easy as that. And then you can see you do make a little poke in the metal, but that shouldn't matter. All right, we got a few odds and ends in the shell, and I think it's time for a big step, which is to throw the engine and transmission and front subframe in this car. Should be pretty easy. The subframe holes are there,
Yeah.
so assuming they're in the right place. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Shifter's just poking right through the boot. Didn't even have to try. Love that. Okay.
We might have to do struts first, now that we have fenders on.
Yeah.
Fenders.
I don't really feel like it,
I
but.
don't like it either. Start throwing it up.
Well, it is touching on the outside here. It will push past that. The hole's about a ½ inch off. So with where we have these jack stands, they're kind of at the back of the subframe, so it's got the subframe tweaked a little bit at the engine mounts where there's a little bit of rubber in there. So there's just some leverage on the subframe relative to the engine and transmission, which means that it doesn't line up perfect, even though the engine and trans are pretty square. So we gotta fight with it a little bit and untwist it, and then hopefully it'll fit.
There it is. There it is.
Home on the range. Okay, it's a big moment. We're about to pull the card out because the engine and transmission are officially bolted to the replica Ae86. All right, so our tension arm brackets don't line up with the way that they were on the old car, but there's a fair amount of adjustment in the rod itself, so we're gonna loosen those up, move them around, and hope to get things to fit. I've got some hope. Look at the size of that pry bar. We can't be stopped. Yeah. Whoa.
So this is still a ½ a hole out. This one's lined up, and then these are like an inch off. So this whole bracket needs to come forward a bunch. We don't have a bunch.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
So what's wrong though? Is this in the wrong spot? Or are those holes in the wrong spot?
Well, the problem is, the car's fake.
I mean, every car is going to be a little different. There's tolerance stack up, but this is extraordinary. It shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah.
This is definitely bad reproduction problems.
Right, and the relationship between these two holes and these two holes, like, once these line up, those should be pretty damn close, and they're not. Okay, well, we had to make the holes way bigger than they used to be, but it fits now. It's on now, so it fits. Okay, so as we go to throw the rear end up, we are going to be looking out for some things. Obviously, whether or not the holes are in the right places, but One of the problems that seems problematic is the panhard mount. Not only is it a little smushed and the holes are not very well aligned, but there's a big flap of metal in there that looks like it's probably right where the rod end needs to be. So we're gonna have to make some room and then fix the hole.
Luckily all this metal's really soft. Doesn't fit though.
Through the size of the hole?
Yeah. There's a hole lined up, but it doesn't fit. This neither fits. So they're drilled to size. Maybe the shot from where Zach is really tells the tale. Splines have fallen through the hole.
Like I said, best fitment yet. No problem whatsoever. Everything's good.
So pretty much got the rear end hung. Everything's bolted in place for the most part, and I think that's gonna be it for today.
My rear end is definitely hung. Just plugged the sub harness into the fuse panel down here. So electrons are shooting to the places they gotta be. This should probably mount somehow.
Yeah. It doesn't fit there. The mounts are all wrong.
Yeah. Progress is progress. A lot of connectors are connected. Fuse box is mounted. Sub harness is connected to main harness. And yeah, we got a few dangling connectors left, but they'll sort themselves out.
I think we should delete this.
I agree. I don't like the way it's looking at me.
No.
It's steering column time. How do I look?
Yabba dabba doo.
I got a radiator. These are supposed to be rubbies on there, and they are there.
Do you need some WD-40?
I think I need some WD-40. You know, WD-40 is also great in the bedroom. It's true. You know, if you have a squeaky like bedroom door, or maybe the headboard on your bed is squeaky, squeaky drawer. That's why I keep the mini WD-40 on my nightstand. When I'm traveling, I keep
The two-way spray.
I would say this radiator fit better in the original car, which is to say that the tabs on the core support itself were probably more in the right place on that than this. No surprise there. But there were tabs and close enough.
See if the car is the same length.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Could be shortened.
Could be.
Hey now.
We did it.
Okay, now I'm gonna take off the door latch bits and try to get those doors to be closable, you know? Mike, I think, is about to start mending the exhaust.
Gross. So I gotta cut all this off. I'm gonna weld it back on for, you know, better than this. Porcupine looking. I'm gonna cut it here. I got a new resonator to go in that spot.
Okay, it's time to put the fuel tank in, which is one of the remaining big steps. You know, engine needs fuel and you gotta have some of it in the car. That's where this guy comes in. And there should be two guys mounted to the chassis permanently from back up in here.
Squares on the outside.
Yeah. But those are missing altogether. Okay.
All right, here's our solution for the tank straps. I got 2 ratchet straps bolted to the body on this side. That's to keep these from dragging on the ground and being under the tank. And then I put 2 hooks up here through the floor And we had an extra set of them, so there's another one bolted on the other side as kind of a backer so they don't pull through the sheet metal. So, should be good for this little tank. Ooh, something like that. Check out this tank.
Wow, dude.
Huh? The nut spun in this one and it's on there forever.
Okay. Nice. Now I'm about to paint this metal purple. In remembrance of the Fox body. Rest in peace. Just kidding. We're going to get it next week. It hasn't been here. Okay, one of the last things we need to get off the donor car are these headlight buckets, and they're welded onto this nice piece of angle iron, so I'm just gonna cut these welds and try to keep as much of the original bracketry intact as possible. We should be able to bolt them right up.
All right, all things considered, the lights honestly fit better than most of the other things in the car. These are a little mangled, so I kind of had to tweak the buckets around, but pretty good. Lights.
Okay, the holes for the door handles are pretty bad. That's about as far as they'll go in without bending some stuff around quite a bit. So we shall bend. Voila! All right, so to get the door to latch, I had to loosen the hell out of the front hinges. We're gonna need some shims, which is pretty loose right now, but I needed it to go this way quite a bit. And now that it does, it latches. Does it open? Not at the moment. Mostly because this is missing, so we got a little bit of flopping on our linkages in there, so it's not quite working, but I can do it manually. And of the things that I removed from the stock door, the only stuff I've put in this door is the latch and handle mechanisms. Started to put the window track and crank mechanism in, and most of the holes for that were either not in the right place or non-existent. So it's gonna take a little bit more time I didn't feel like spending today, because I would really like to get this, in motion, which I don't need a window to drive, especially a side window.
Getting this front bolt started. But look at that back bolt should be lined up. And I don't believe it is. No.
All right, we got doors on and they actually close. The hatch doesn't close, but we'll, strap that down.
Yeah.
We got seats in it.
Yep.
We got a dash, we got a steering wheel, we got 3 pedals, we got an engine, a transmission, a rear end, suspension, brakes, wheels, tires, technically. We'll get better ones later.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a test drive. See how many strange noises this thing makes. You see it move under its own power for the first time?
Keep coming. A little bit. Just like that. Straight? Yeah. Yeah. Straight might not be straight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what straight is. Something like this?
Something like that. Touch passenger? Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped looking at you.
Nice.
Good thing we don't have a front bumper
Yeah.
or taillights. Well, why not find out right away? That worked.
I mean, that's pretty quiet over some bumps.
Yeah, not too bad.
No.
Let's hit a few. Yeah. Dude, this thing's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, the
It's already a
urge.
ton of fun.
The urge to slide around this big roundabout is strong. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you, but
I'm not gonna do it, not right now. But dude, this thing's gonna be a ton of fun. This
Yeah.
engine feels great. It feels really healthy, healthier than expected when we
Yeah.
first met the donor car. And the chassis, I think all in all, worked out about as good as we could have hoped for.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
didn't have to do any major surgery, any crazy fabrication.
No.
Just had to open a few holes, make a couple holes, change a couple fasteners. Really not that much.
No, for the price, I don't know that it makes a ton of sense, but
I
having it
agree.
now, I
Yeah.
really like it.
I agree with that. I think like, you know, for 10 grand and really probably 13 or 14 once you pay all the import fees and stuff,
Right.
you really gotta love 86s and not love them too terribly much.
And have something that you can do with it without paperwork. That's the hard part.
But yeah, so I mean, you really gotta want a track A86 car or live somewhere that registering them doesn't matter.
Right.
So I don't know exactly who it's for, but it's fun now that we have
for us
one.
at least.
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense for us.
Dude, it's taking these bumps pretty good.
It is.
It's really not making too many funny noises in here.
No, I think the main thing is the hatch, which is just flopping.
Yeah.
So
When I was first moving it, it was making more little cracks and creaks, but
it's settled.
yeah, it has settled.
It's like a house. They have to settle.
You gotta give it to them when they ask for it.
If
you
you
know?
request it, who are we to deny that?
I know, that's what this thing's for.
This is for spreading the joy of the 86.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I'm interested to hear from the A86 purists out there.
I know.
Do you hate this thing? Do you like it? Do you get it? Do you not? What do you think? If you're a big 86 head, what are your thoughts and opinions on this thing?
Let us know.
Especially now that you've seen the fit and finish, which I would say is not great.
It could be getting better. This is the first one.
That is true. I mean, there's no way they're going to be able to use OE frame rails on them all.
No.
So yeah, they hopefully won't get worse.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys had fun watching this video, half as much fun as we had making it. So leave us a comment down below, letting us know what you think of the fake AE86 and what you want to see us do next. And we'll see you then. Bye.